Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends, fellows. Heartiest welcome to my training channel here. My name is Abdul Khalik. My dear friends, our today's topic is very important indeed. Although none of the topics being talked about here on this channel are unimportant, but as far this is concerned, I think it will bring color to our life. It will bring smile to our faces, and for all that reason it is very important indeed. My dear friends and fellows, let's try to understand what we are going to talk about. And the reason is that let's smile, and let's keep smiling, because smile, it is one of the greatest gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we can seek this gift from Allah, because there are plenty of things which are related to our asking, our supplicating, our demanding, our requesting. My dear friends and fellows, if at all we look upon anyone else who is seen smiling quite often, we might be of the view that this person has got all what they needed, all what they wanted. So, this is the reason that the person who is smiling is very happy on the one hand, and she keeps smiling quite often on the other hand. My dear friends and fellows, this does not mean that they don't have all what they wanted to have. It does not mean that they are free of all the troubles, all the problems. I think this is not the case at all. The reason could be quite a different one. And the reason in this particular case for behind smile and smiling, I think that is what we are going to talk about. And it is really very important. If at all we want to become a happy person, if at all we want to keep smiling, I think we have got a very solid reason, a very solid reason indeed, to smile and to be a happy person. I think this reason will convince each one of us who has even a very little to do with the logic, with the reason, with the rationality, with the arguments. I think they people will be convinced that yes, this is the way, this is the reason, and this is the most solid of all the reasons to smile and to keep smiling, my dear friends and fellows. So why to smile, my dear friends and fellows? Smile when you can, not because life has been easy, not because life has been perfect, or the life has been exactly as you had anticipated. I think this should not be, must not be the reason to smile at all. Not because the life is easy, not because the life is perfect, not because the life is as we had already anticipated, rather, totally different from all that. Rather, it is because we had chosen to be grateful, a grateful person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why we are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because although I have not been given all the good things in the life, in the world, and I have not been given the things which are good in the life, and many of the other people are possessing. Despite all that, I do have certain things which are very good indeed, and very good indeed. We need to become grateful, and we need not to take it for granted at all, because there are certain so-called very important people here in this world, and they people are quite desirous of having it. So if at all we do have certain things like this one, if at all we do have certain good things in my life, I think we don't need to take it for granted at all. Rather, we need to become a grateful person to all of those good things which have been given and gifted to me by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not only there is another reason as well, and that other reason is, my dear friends and fellows, the second reason is that there are many of the people in this world who are suffering from the great and the grave problems, grave nature of the problems. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept me free of all these. So I think, if at all there are people who are suffering here in this world out of many, many, many of the troubles, out of many, many of the problems, some of these problems are incurable. Some of these problems are, very, very difficult to cure or come out, especially for that particular person. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept me free of all that. So I think there are the two of these reasons, that I need to smile, I need to become happy person, I need to become a grateful person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear friends and fellows, there are people, plenty of people in the world, that they are having so much with them. They have so many of the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they people are, despite all that, they are not happy because they are not grateful. So they are not grateful, they are not seen smiling at all. So I think that if at all we had chosen to become a grateful person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there is a very, very solid reason to smile, to be a happy person, to enjoy the life we are living. It is a very, very short one, and if at all we decide not to become a happy person, we decide not to become a grateful person, if at all somebody has decided not to smile at all, they should all understand that the life we are having, it is a very, very limited life, and pretty soon we are going to lose this life, and whatever we are possessing, it will be all gone, and nothing will be left with us, not to talk about the other thing. Even our own life will not be there. I think then we will be buried in the grave, in the belly of the earth, and then we will become a mud along with the rest of the mud. Before that time arrives, it is very important indeed that we start becoming a grateful person. So once we are, genuinely a grateful person for all the good things we are having in our life, and for all the bad things I am free of. I think for the two of these reasons, I think there can't be any more solid reason to smile, to be happy, to become a grateful person. And if at all somebody is adamant that unless and until I have more and more number of the good things, unless and until I get rid of more and more problems, till then I cannot become a happy person, I cannot become a grateful person, I cannot enjoy the life, I cannot smile. I think this person is really very unlucky person, and we need to avoid from the unlucky people like this one. Let's try to become a people, let's try to become a person who is like the lucky people, who are seen smiling, who are seen grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are happy with their life, and because they know that the life they are living is a very, very short one, and pretty soon they are going to be deprived of it. And till the moment like that does arrive, it is very important indeed that we do start smiling, we do start becoming a happy person. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.